So a lot of people think that you can go it alone. You can't, okay? And there is a little bit of a lack of understanding when people go from maybe doing their weekly lesson to maybe going and buying their own horses. They don't require lessons anymore. Even me, at my level, I'm still getting regular lessons off colleagues, coaches that are doing different things as well, to get different insights into how I can improve my riding and also then bring it back to my clients as well. The three key areas that I find are cropping up on a regular basis are rhythm, balance and straightness when we're talking about confidence and confidence building. And usually one of these areas has been affected, or could be two or all three of them as well, when we're talking about someone that's lost their confidence. So if we can think about what are rhythm, balance and straightness. Yes, they are elements of the training skill, but what are they? So rhythm is the regulation of the footfalls. Okay, or more simply, how we are going to get there. How are we going to get from one side of the arena to the other? How we are going to get from that fence to that fence? And that is what rhythm is all about. So if you've got no rhythm, you can't have the other two either. So if we think of it from a jumping perspective, 99% of all stops while jumping are due to lack of rhythm. Okay, so when we have no rhythm, we can't have balance. Okay, so balance is the next one. If there's no rhythm there, we'll be all over the place with our balance. We'll have no foot balance, we'll have no upper body balance. It'll just be wobbling all over the place. And the balance starts from the feet up. If you've not got good foot balance, you will not have good upper body balance, and that's the big thing. So 99% of all falls whilst jumping are due to lack of balance, usually caused by the lack of rhythm in the first place. And it's the same on the flat. If you've not got good balance on the flat, when you ask for the canter transition or the track transition, you wobble and you fall. So if we talk then about straightness, which is the last point of it, is all about how we are going to ensure that the horse knows where it's going. And that's for both flat and for jumping. If we take jumping aside for a second, okay, if we're thinking about the fence, okay, if the horse does not know where it's supposed to go, it'll make its own line up. And unfortunately, what ends up happening is, in a lot of cases, because they have no trust in their rider and what the rider has asked for, they tend to run out and they go out the side door. Okay, so that is usually 99% of all issues with straightness are due to lack of it. So that is the big, huge thing. And often I've heard different coaches talk about different ways of explaining straightness, and the most easy way to think about it is think of a target in front of you and that you must make that target. So a great exercise I like to do with my clients for straightness is I'll stand at the end of the arena and I'll have my hand up in the air and I'll say, how many fingers am I holding up? Is it 5? Is it 4? Is it 3? Is it 2? Or is it 1? And they have to be able to tell me which one. And if they're looking up straighter in their upper body, then they'll be ideally able to get the horse to go straighter as a result.